Yes, sir. What you want to do? You want to torque. Once again, look here. Power slam, short, bang, reverse punch. Understand? They say, oh, that's not karate. Yes, it is. It's South Central. Understand?
So what O-Sensei is saying here is that even though he's teaching traditional karate, the application of the movements is what makes it effective. The idea of karate is not that you just study traditions blindly. Martial arts system is supposed to improve the practitioner. Only way you do that is the system is good in your life. So you are not supposed to bend in order to conform to a system. You're supposed to learn a system and then be able to conform it to your life and its proper application in your life. That's where true knowledge comes from. So O-Sensei would tell us his way is not the only way, but it is a way. And what he meant by that was while many people know Shorin-ryu and traditional karate forms, his method was based upon South Central Los Angeles because that's where we lived modern day times. So the technique he's demonstrating was actually one of the techniques, one of my favorite techniques from his Shorin-ryu system. Very basic. It's an inward palm block into a short front snap kick into a vertical punch to the temporalis.
Power slam, short, bang, reverse punch. Understand? They say, oh, that's not karate. Yes, it is. It's South Central. Understand? Here we go. Power slam. Ready? Go.
So the other thing I want you to see is the message and wisdom that was passed down in addition to just techniques of punching and kicking.
Trying to find out if you need help. If you need help, we have people here that are qualified to help you in all kinds of categories. I'm talking about math and history, geography, spelling. We got people that will do this and will help you if you just let us know. That's my mother. She brought me into the world. She is happy. You may not like what your parents tell you, but the last thing you want to do is to get up there and to say something disrespectful to your parents. Understand? Yes, sir. Act disrespectful. You know the word diss? Don't diss your parents. Understand? Yes, sir.
So what he basically said is that one, don't disrespect your parents. Two, if you need tutoring, you need help. We have too many people in there from all walks of life for any one of us to fall short of being anything less than a student in school. And three, you heard him say white belts put up the chairs. The reason was we would teach in a free program in the park in the Veterans Memorial Building. And so that building's primary function was not a karate class. So every night we would have the white belts are supposed to get there at least 30 minutes before class starts. You move the tables to the side. You take the chairs, put them on the side so that the parents and observers have a place to sit. At the end of class, when class was over, you put it all back the way the city of Inglewood had it so that when they came in the morning, whatever normal functions they had in that room, they would be able to return to those normal functions. So that was the white belt's responsibility, to make sure that the learning space was ready for learning. Nowadays, you don't hear that. Students aren't supposed to touch anything. People are concerned about lawsuits. Oh, he carried something, he might injure himself, or, I'm paying money, so there's a very entitled mentality. But the whole purpose of learning karate is to learn to be in charge of your environment. It's not just about punching and kicking. It's about when I walk into a room, I can make a quick assessment, and in making that assessment, be successful in whatever I entered that room to do, right? Beyond not just fighting, but whether it's taking a test, as you heard them saying, whether it's trying to get that promotion at that job, you got to know how to walk into a room and take control of the environment. And doing that starts with doing the most basic things so you understand from the ground up how it works, so that you have the qualifications to control it. You don't deserve to control a room unless you have served in every capacity in that room. So when you walk in, you're like, look, I'm starting at the beginning. If I sit there and I'm a white belt and I come to class late and then nobody set up the room, so I'm gonna sit there and wait for the instructor show up, set the room up, then teach the class, then take the room down, you're minimizing your time learning. But if all the instructor has to do is walk in, start teaching, you're maximizing your learning time because the instructor already knows it. So the lazy, entitled mentality of the modern day student, you're really not a karateka. What you are is somebody in pajamas, jumping around, hollering and screaming for attention. But the real true karateka, the one who's working on mastery, you want to know everything from the ground up. You don't get to calculus unless you learn how to count.